Hey, I'm here to address all you warfighters going to ATRC Dahlgren, those of you who are considering staying at USS Last Ship. You might have seen the other videos, very briefly. USS Last Ship is a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house right outside of Dahlgren as an alternative to staying in a hotel. So the biggest question that I get is, hey, am I going to get reimbursed for staying at USS Last Ship? The shorter answer is absolutely. I would not have bought this house and offered it up to you as an alternative if you weren't going to get reimbursed. Well, so how do you know? Okay, so what you have to do is look at the Joint Travel Regulations, commonly known as the JTR. That governs all of our travel as DoD service members. So the JTR has a couple line items that specifically apply here. One of them, it talks about how to get reimbursed if you're splitting a lease. So there's a little chart in there, and one of the if-then charts says that if multiple service members are splitting a lease, then they'll each be prorated based on their share of the lease for reimbursement purposes. Now, for USS Last Ship, each individual traveler is signing an individual lease. So you don't have to worry about that, but the precedent of signing leases and renting out places on a short-term basis is certainly established in the JTR. The second thing is, well, what if, don't I have to stay in the NGIS or in a hotel out in town? Yes and no. You have to stay at NGIS if you're traveling on government orders, unless they have no availability, in which case you need to procure from the NGIS a certificate of non-availability, or a CNA. Once you do this, you're free to go out in town and stay where you want, and you'll get reimbursed up to the government per diem, which is $94 a day in Dahlgren. Now, if you're staying, if you're going TDY on a TAD travel to locally from your command, let's say you're going to a week-long school, then the JTR says, hey, your travel management company, your TMC, needs to book your lodging for you. And that's usually what happens, whether it's your personnel office on the ship or whether it's a third party that the government is contracting out. Now, when you're on PCS orders, the TMC doesn't really apply here, and the JTR even says that if the TMC doesn't apply, you're not able to work out lodging through them. The traveler is authorized to contact the housing or the lodging establishment directly, usually via a website like a hotel website or something like that. So that authorizes you to come stay at USS Last Ship. Again, if you have a CNA. If you don't have a CNA, you can't stay with us. You can't stay with Holiday Inn or Hampton Inn and expect to get reimbursed. In fact, you'll be probably reimbursed, I believe, at the government rate, which is much lower than $94 per day. All right, so again, to recap, can you stay with us? Absolutely, just like you can stay at the Holiday Inn or the Hampton Inn. You just have to have your CNA, and then to get properly reimbursed, you need to have a daily itemized receipt that tells the government how much you paid every single day and how much you need to be reimbursed. And so when you go to a hotel, you're going to get that. Go to Holiday Inn Express, they're going to give you a receipt, and it's going to say every single day, all 80 or 90 or 100 days that you stayed there. And every day it'll tell them that you paid out. So we'll provide that to you via our property management company, MacDoc. You'll get a receipt at the end of your stay, and it'll have every single day the $94 charge and the $94 that you paid, so that you can be properly and fully reimbursed. Okay, if you have any more questions on this, please feel free to ask, but I hope it addresses probably the biggest question, which is, hey, can I get reimbursed on this thing? And just as some anecdotal evidence here, I've used TDY travel. I've stayed at Airbnbs on TDY and been fully reimbursed. Several members of my command who have gone back from Yokosuka down to the States or even in other places have used short-term lodgings, short-term rentals with leases, and staying at Airbnbs through the Airbnb website and been fully reimbursed. Okay, thanks, and I hope to see you at USS Last Ship.